Educationist par excellence. Educationist Thiru S. Santhanamuthu is a legend in his own right and time. Distinguished couple of Kudankulam, Thiru Samuel Nadar and Arpudam Ammal, were living examples of the lines of Thiruvalluvar that say that the greatest duty a father can perform to his child is to make him gain prominence in any forum. And also the lines of Ponmudiyar that state that it is the duty of a father to make his son a man of tall stature. Leading a simple average life of agriculturists, the couple gained fame of bearing a child with the best possible ambition in life. And this makes the parents of Sri Santhanamuthu unique. Birth. The third of 8 children of the family, Educationist Santhanamuthu was born as the second male child in the family on the 9th of March 1946 at Kudankulam in Tirunelveli district. Education. He began his education at St. Anne's Primary School at Kudankulam, run by nuns of the Roman Catholic order. However, to receive his higher education, he had to walk 7 kilometers every day, and he was able to cover the distance of 14 kilometers a day to and from his school due to his immeasurable interest in getting educated. So, walking a long distance to Bishop Roche's High School at Idindakarai, he completed his schooling, during which time he had to study in the light of the street lamps, as the light from lanterns in his home was not sufficient to study. Thanks to such efforts, in the academic year of 1962-1963, he completed his high school education. During his days as a student, he helped his father in his work at the farm, taking care of cattle and other related work. Graduation. Many teachers proudly spoke of his diligence in learning through seeking the help of teachers to clear his doubts. In the year 1963, he joined St. Xavier's College at Palayam Kottai to pursue his bachelor's degree in chemistry. During his college days, he was known for being the best hockey player. Signature white attire. He often felt sad about the poverty at home when he grew up to be a young man. When he ought to have been wearing colorful dresses, he cultivated the habit of always wearing white shirts. Later too, in spite of his improved financial status, white shirt became his signature attire. Opportunity to work as a teacher. In the year 1967, graduating from college and returning home, he was given 100 rupees by his mother, who saw the knowledge and skill of her son and told him to seek his fortune elsewhere. With this money given by his mother, our educationist went to several places seeking job opportunities. Later, he secured the opportunity to teach chemistry at a private school near Dindivanam. During those days, whenever he visited his parents, he never failed to help them in their agriculture-related work and taking care of cattle. Helping others despite difficulties. Seeing a student near his house suffering without the means for studying, he was upset, and despite his meager income, he financially helped the student to study. We could say his service to the field of education began then. Government service. Realizing that more money is required to help more such people, he worked hard from then on, wrote the Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission examination and passed it, which led him to join as an upper division clerk with the Income Tax Department in Coimbatore. He continued to work hard, writing more examinations and got promoted as a respectable inspector of the same income tax department, helping parents. Though he occupied high positions with the government, he never lost his interest in helping his parents with farming work and taking care of the cattle whenever he was with them. Martyr Devadasan. After a few years, a couple, S. Devadasan and Chellammal, who had been entrepreneurs in Sri Lanka and later lived in Kodavilai, became interested in Karmaveerar Kamaraj and Kakkanji, who were with the Congress party. As they became more acquainted with the two leaders, Sri Devadasan took part in many agitations led by the party and served the country. In the year 1968, there was a procession against the 1 rupee 1 kilogram rice scheme of the then ruling party DMK, in which Sri Devadas received the blows of the police lathi charge to save his leader Kakkanji from being hurt. He lost his consciousness, was admitted in the hospital, and after 40 days of suffering, succumbed to his injuries. The words of condolence spoken by Karmaveerar Kamarajar and Kakkanji about the martyr and their tears they shed that day hit the headlines and the columns of the newspapers of the time. In memory of the service-mindedness and the sacrifice of Sri Devadasan, his statues were installed in many places in Chennai city, and these marks of a sacrifice sowed the seed of patriotism in people. Marriage. From the family of the martyr Sri Devadasan, the second of his 3 girl children, Jnana Sigamani Selvakkani Seyon Komarati, also known as Jnana Sigamani, was united in holy matrimony with Educationist Santhanamuthu on the 13th of December 1971. This brought about significant changes in his life, according to Sri Santhanamuthu. Arriving at Chennai. Following the request of Mr. Saktivel, a friend of Mrs. Jnanasigamani's father, he got transferred to Chennai to continue as income tax inspector, and he also started helping Mr. Saktivel in his business. This was the reason for his choosing to come to Chennai. Getting ready to become an educationist. In addition to working as an income tax inspector and helping his father-in-law's friend in business, the thought that some kind of help should be extended to people who could not afford education continued to dominate his mind. He shared his thought with Mrs. Chellammal Devadasan, the mother of his wife. At the time, Mrs. Chellammal Devadasan helped her son-in-law Santhanamuthu with whatever finance she could, and with the help of this assistance, our educationist Sri Santhanamuthu prepared himself to serve the society by opening a school. Pioneering a school. With the noble aim of making sure that learning and serving should be treated as the 2 eyes of education and should not be changed into a commercial enterprise, our educationist started a school named Velankanni Matriculation Higher Secondary School at Ashok Nagar in 1975 to impart affordable education to the needy. Esteemed association with the school. To ensure that education is imparted in the manner he wanted it to be done in his dream school, he was present each and every day in the campus, thus being a motivational force of the school. In spite of having his 4 children, Selvin Thompson, Devaraj, Johnson Samuel, and Arpuda Mary at home, he spent most of his time at school with those who worked there in creating the infrastructure and establishment for a good learning for the students. As a result, a Velankanni Matriculation Higher Secondary School, which was founded in the year 1975 with just 5 students, has now grown to a group of 5 schools in Chennai and 1 in Samugha Rangapuram in Tirunelveli district, with around 10,000 students being imparted best education and discipline. So, it would not be an exaggeration to state that Velankanni Group of Schools is functioning as an exemplary group of educational institutions. While working to realize his dreams through Velankanni schools, he wished to make good citizens out of men and women. So, he was unique in his way of chastising his employees when they were wrong and supporting them whenever they were in trouble. Bravery in action. Sri Santhanamuthu indulged in social service whenever he could find the opportunity to do so. During the floods of 1985, on the 13th of November, Sri Santhanamuthu watched two people living on the banks of the river drowning, and without expecting anyone's help, he acted fast and swam across the river in floods. He single-handedly saved the two. This news featured prominently in the newspapers of the time and till date continues to be seen as a mark of his gallantry and selfless service to mankind. Full-time service to education. He expressed his plans to expand his educational service to more areas with his wife, who had always been in support of his enterprises and took good care of the family. Under these circumstances, the Educationist, having completed 20 years, 5 months, and 28 days of government service as an inspector of the Income Tax Department, voluntarily retired from his position on the 2nd of January 1989 and dedicated himself completely to the field of education. Founding a trust named the St. Joseph Educational Trust in the year 1990, he opened a Velankanni school at Kudankulam, managed it efficiently, and thus involved himself completely in the management of educational institutions. Growth of the school. Moving shoulder to shoulder with the students and with the teachers, and identifying himself as a well-wisher of the other employees, including helpers, he indulged in running the institutions in an exemplary manner, trusting the family responsibilities to his wife, Mrs. Gnanasigamani. He solitarily shouldered the responsibility of taking benevolent care of the school. Forgetting that he owned the school, he looked upon himself as one of the employees of the institution. As a result, he instilled in all the employees of the school at various levels the feeling that this is our school, our family, and with this high thought and confidence, he believed that together they could prove to be good contributors to the school and its development. From then on, the school improved at a faster pace. Milestone. Many students of the school excelled academically both at the district level and the state level, bringing fame to the school. Later in the year 2012, he established at Kundratur the Peace on Green Earth Public School as an important milestone in his career. Though he faced hurdles and obstacles in his journey as an educationist, he never troubled others but bore all the difficulties himself and served as a great protective force for a secure employment for his employees. A respectful son to his parents. With his intelligence, our educationist turned everything that he touched into wealth. Moreover, in 2018, at Samugarangapuram in Nellai district, he founded the Arpudam Samuel Public School as his dream child in his native and established himself as a grateful son to his parents, bringing name and respect to their memory by naming the school after them. It would be right to say that he was able to spend whatever little time he could get for the betterment of his schools because his wife, Mrs. Gnanasigamani, always supported him by taking care of the family and asking him to attain his exalted goals. Principled education. Our educationist spent most of his time planning to ensure that the students have a bright future. Though there were many schools near his schools, He wanted his schools to be different in that equal importance is given to the imparting of knowledge and inculcation of skills. He always stressed on conceptual education and skill-based learning rather than rote memory-based education. He had realized through reading books by noble and great writers and thinkers that the festivals and the events conducted in the school will transform the students into disciplined citizens and skilled human resources of the future. And so he attached importance to the organizing and the conduct of various events and festivals in the campuses. In particular, the May Day for Workers, birthday of lyricist Pattukottai Kalyanasundaram, celebration of Karmaveerar Kamaraj's birthday even before the government started celebrating it as Education Improvement Day, the Independence Day on August 15th, Teachers' Day on September the 5th, Children's Day on November 14th, Bharatiya's birthday on December 11th, Christmas Day on the 25th of December, Republic Day on the 26th of January, and Pongal Festival on the 14th of January, which are all part of the schedule of the schools run by the Velankanni Group. During these festivals and events, our educationist treated the students to a full feast to satisfy the hunger for knowledge both among the teachers and the students. In addition, during those functions, competitions are conducted for students and they are encouraged with prizes. And this was always a source of inspiration for both the students and the teachers who trained them. To instill good thinking among the students, he installed the statues of Karmaveerar Kamaraj and Kakkanji in at least 2 of his schools. With the intention of doing away with superstitious beliefs and inspiring students towards rational thinking, he always used to share his ideas about creative temperament and rational thinking. Integrated skill training. To install and nurture a wide variety of skills among the students, student chapters of organizations and clubs like the Muttamil Ilakkiya Mandram, National Service Scheme, Road Safety Patrol, Scouts and Guides, and Eco Clubs were formed, and with these, the seeds of leadership qualities were sown in the students. During the camps of such organizations, he used to visit and interact with the students, giving them necessary training and continuous encouragement. Providing scholarships. Sri Santhanamuthu always considered anybody who joined the school as one of us, and in the sad event of any parent of a student passing away during his or her education, he undertook the expenses for their education, and for the purpose, he formed the Annai Teresa, Abdul Kalam, Karmaveerar Kamarajar, Kakkan, Sir C.V. Raman scholarships, and raising funds for these scholarships, he also offered to bear the expenses of promising students even for their collegiate or university level education. Hard work and service. He lived as an example for his principle that everyone should consider hard work and service as his or her 2 eyes to move from poverty to affluence. He never gave up working hard and indulged in organic farming and cattle farming by himself and proved to be a pioneer for his own principle. In the schools founded by him, he made a song written by Pattukottai Kalyanasundaram, the theme of which is "Work is Worship," as the prayer song in order to do away with foolish beliefs and to understand the benefits of hard work. He wanted this ideal to be realized, and he himself proved it through his life. One cannot forget the helping hand extended by him and his wife, Mrs. Jnanasigamani, in times of natural disasters, and this was due to their intention to do what they can to people. When rains affected Chennai city with floods, they gave away free clothing, food, and place to live in until the disaster was over. Philanthropy. During 1999-2000, to compensate for the losses caused by the Kargil War, our educationist met the then Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Kalaignar Karunanidhi, and donated 4 lakh rupees and proved to be a good citizen who supports his nation and bears its burdens. When COVID-19 struck the world, several organizations and institutions attempted to relieve their employees for whom they did not have work to do or money to pay. But Educationist S. Santhanamuthu assured them of job security and cared for them during the pandemic. He was always a man who knew each of his employees well and was part of their family in thought, word, and action. In all the schools that he opened up in other areas, he treated his employees as his own family and helped them build their own houses or to purchase land for building their own homes, thus protecting them from financial difficulties and improving the quality of their lives. Treating everyone equally. With a noble intention to improve the general knowledge and noble thoughts of the teachers, he conducted competitions for them to present research papers on various topics and honored those who excelled with prizes. For the employees of all levels, he conducted sports and games, gave away prizes to winners, and always encouraged them. Being sociable with employees. Unlike several employers, our educationist used to indulge in games and sports with his employees, sit with them to have food, and was easily approachable to all. He became an integral part of their life by honoring them with awards, medals, appreciation, and prizes that became an essential part of their joy, whether they were teachers, office staff, ayahs, drivers, cleaners, or security personnel. Helping the underprivileged and the elderly. Even before the government thought of providing financial assistance to the elderly, for many years, our educationist had been distributing material help to the elderly and the destitute of his place, Kudankulam. He provided them immense happiness by conducting games and competitions for them and giving away prizes to the winners. Humanity and religious harmony. His life reflects his ideals of living for education through hard work, philanthropy, and serving everyone with knowledge. He left his mark in the eradication of superstitious beliefs and instilling of confidence, in addition to insisting on religious harmony and humane considerations. Demise. Continuing to live in the hearts of our people, our educationist has left an impact on all aspects of our life, in what we think, what we say, and what we do. He was an avowed nature lover. Our thoughts shall always be filled with our experiences with him, though he left this world on the 10th of April 2024. After being placed at home for the family to pay homage, his body was placed in his first founded school, Ashok Nagar Velankanni Matriculation Higher Secondary School, at Mother Teresa Auditorium. Homage. People gathered in huge numbers to pay their last respects to the educationist, and among them were the school students and their parents and the public. The vendors and the businessmen who have their offices and shops near the Ashok Nagar school came forward to close shop on the day of his homage and were present in the place where his mortal remains were placed. They also were present for the funeral of Sri Santhanamuthu with tears in their eyes. Last rites. The body of our educationist, S. Santhanamuthu, who always had great regard for nature, hard work, truth, honesty, and peace, was laid to rest in a place he had created at Oothukadu near Oragadam, where he usually preferred to rest during holidays. With great sorrow and tears, his family, the common people, heads, students, teachers, and all other employees of the Velankanni Group of Schools bade farewell to their benefactor and left. The founder correspondent of Velankanni Group of Schools, Sri S. Santhanamuthu, worked to uplift our lives and the society at large, and we can uphold his dignity and reputation by caring for our fellow human beings, being service-minded and lovers of nature. A human legend, a timeless icon, the pure thoughts and noble deeds of Educationist S. Santhanamuthu attracted a wide variety of people to him. Without denying the existence of God, he abhorred superstitious beliefs. Several people believe we have lost him, but he is a legend and we cannot ignore his guidelines for a meaningful life. He has sown the seeds of thoughts about the educational institutions he wanted to establish in each and every one of us. His soul is watching over every action of us as he continues to be with us as the wind, the trees, and the trigger that makes our hearts follow his guidance. The best way to show our gratitude to him and his life on this planet is to speak about and practice the noble ideals that he held dear. He knew the names of the employees, their situation, their families, their lifestyle, and other details who worked for him, because he was never known to have said that he did not remember someone. Today, he is inseparably in our hearts, bodies, and blood. Yes, Educationist Sri Santhanamuthu is and will always be remembered as a human and humane legend.